a last night in Albania. What a beautiful experience to be here. I can only recommend this. I'm leaving with a really nice feeling. Incredible nature, ugly mountains, I mean beautiful mountains, but ugly with the bike. The ocean side, it's incredible as well. But mostly it's the people, like very beautiful hosts, I would say. I have so many stories of people helping, talking like spontaneously, being super friendly without the necessity of doing it, without any other intention, but just for the sake of being nice. And this is something I treasure and that I will take with me. And from this last night, and with an olive announcing that I'm about to enter to Greece, finally the last stage of my trip, almost. I have a couple of things that maybe tomorrow I will tell. It's time to talk about philosophy, and the topic of today, it is totally the opposite to what I have seen here in Albania. Of course, there is always some everywhere, and this is evil. And what is the nature of evil? And for this I'm going to use to a German-American philosopher called Hannah Arendt, very well known. She has been talking about the Holocaust and everything that happened during the Nazi regime. And this is a really interesting philosopher and to explore. And when she's trying to understand how a master plan works, of course you need an evil mind to do this. So as it happened during this period of history, but at the same time you need to organize and to structure and to split the work among many other people, because if you want to do something into a big scale, of course you have to organize this as a project, and for that you need tons of people, if not thousands, maybe even more. And this is the interesting thing about her idea. And this is normally, when you have something like this, you can imagine, okay, then we have like a structure full of evil people which were indoctrinated, or which were educated into being evil. Maybe they were destroyed previously, so like mentally destroyed or feeling wise destroyed, so they can also become evil people and execute these kind of things. But in reality, evil, says Hannah Arendt, it happens in a more banal way. That is why he calls that there is a banality in evil. And what she means is many of these people working in these structures of evil, they are not necessarily, in all the complexity of their personalities, they are not evil people. They are bureaucrats, or they are working people doing what they are told to do. For instance, the people who is purchasing the necessary elements, or just some of the necessary elements to create poison, the person who is cleaning the rooms, the person who is fixing the machines, the person who is connecting the wires, the person who is processing data, or many other small topics and small tasks that when you put them all together, then you have some enormous monstrosity. And this is maybe the most important thing, and the most, which makes this super complicated, because these people they don't always know what is the big picture of what they are doing. And even if they know, in many cases, for them it's just, they're just doing their small job. And for them it could be the difference between having a job or not having a job, feeding their families and not feeding their families. We can understand that in some certain level, these people are maybe good parents, maybe good friends, maybe good neighbors, maybe they respect the law, maybe, I don't know. But in another level, they are putting their piece of work for something which is terrible. And of course, not knowing does not take away the responsibility of what you're doing, but the responsibility, it's a collective one. And to make people understand as a collective, when the work is so made into small pieces which are all organized in some sort of a maze, then the problem gets really difficult or really complicated to solve, because we are not talking about a group of evil people joined together to do evil things. We're thinking about people doing their parts and being bad people or stupid people or unconscious people in some level, but being maybe good people in some other. And this is why we need to be paying attention all the time to whatever is happening in the world and what we are doing individually and as a part of the collective. But so it works. At least I think this is a very interesting lesson from Hannah Arendt and give us a lot of things to think. I will see you tomorrow from Greece, finally. Bye-bye.